All right, welcome everyone to the webinar for the Learning and Cognition Final Project. I am Adam Henning of the University of Arizona Global Campus, Psi 620, Learning and Cognition. Dr. Peggy Morrison, April 10th, 2023. Introduction and my decision for going down this road. After I graduated with my bachelor's degree in psychology, I knew that this was the path I wanted to follow. Initially, I wanted to pursue marriage and family therapy or counseling, clinical, and mental health. But after finding out that my university is in K-CREP accredited, I felt that my options were limited. I still wanted to traverse this path. I even considered transferring to a different university that had this accreditation, like the University of Wisconsin Superior Online. However, I didn't want to leave my university because I really love this university, and I also too this would like delay my graduation. So, needless to say, I began to look in another direction, which is what directed me to behaviorism slash behavior analysis. One of the tenets and guidelines of behaviorism, behavior analysis is built on. So, after thoroughly investigating this field, I became inspired. And after I earn my master's degree in psychology, I will pursue my BCBA certification and submerge myself in this field. Now, what is behavior analysis, formerly known as behaviorism? The fundamentals and theories of behaviorism serves as the basis for behavior analysis. A subfield of psychology known as behaviorism is predicated on the notion that all behaviors are products of a conditioned response or a conditioned process. Understanding how connections, incentives, and consequences can be utilized to influence behavior is the emphasis of this area of psychology. The Behavior Analysis Certification Board asserts that conditions determine behavior. The goal of behavior analysis is to comprehend how behavior is affected by subsequent events. This knowledge may be helpful in changing harmful behaviors and instructing more nimble responses. Continuing with what is behavior analysis, formerly known as behaviorism, behavior analysis encompasses two key subfields, experimental and applied, contributing to the knowledge base and science regarding how individuals learn is the main goal of the experimental side. The utilization of that information to assist individuals in resolving issues that they may be experiencing is the emphasis of the applied area. The primary goal of applied behavior analysis ABA is to adapt behavioral concepts to practical contexts. Using behavior research in humans, interpersonal, and situation contexts is part of this process. To help youngsters who've been having behavior problems, for instance, behavior analysis may implement their understanding of behavior and learning. Many who specialize in ABA are concerned with behaviors and how they connect to the individual surroundings. Instead of concentrating on internal feelings, the ABA clinician places a greater emphasis on observable behaviors and then use behavioral strategies to promote changes in behavior. Now, when we're talking theories, we have to talk about the founders or the guys that's responsible for this. Ivan Pavlok, John B. Watson, and B.F. Skinner were the three thinkers who contributed the most to the development of behaviorism. Through his experiment with canines, Ivan Pavlov identified conditioning reactions, which resulted in the creation of classical conditioning as a teaching methodology. These findings indicated that an external stimulus, such as a ringing, may be used to trigger a conditioned response, such as salivation, in a reaction to the sound the bell makes. John B. Watson expanded Pavlov's theory to encompass behavior in people. His studies show that a fear response may be taught using conditioning techniques. Later, B.F. Skinner developed the theory of operant conditioning, according to which reward results is specific behavior. Behavior analysis, behavior interventions, and talk therapy all benefit from the understanding of these theories. A psychologist's uh, enthusiasm for humanistics as well as cognitivism increased in the mid 20th century. Behaviorism's supremacy in the field of psychology started to fade, unfortunately. Now, as for behaviorism in action, the prevalence of autistic spectrum condition is increasing, according to this study, and it is currently understood that kids who have it suffer from a broad spectrum of neurological issues. Many educational and therapeutic choices are available for people with an autistic spectrum disorder. Also, this study reveals that beneficial outcomes of early developmental cognitive and behavioral treatments, such as applied behavioral analysis therapy, describes in these scientific achievements in some children with an autistic spectrum disorder. Continuing with behavioral in action or behaviorism in action. Nevertheless, an autistic spectrum or autism spectrum disorder receives more attention and a wider range of children are tested. Children with the conditions are growing more diverse. This data is important because it shows how applied behavior analysis can effectively treat autism spectrum disorder. In the future, there will be a wider range of treatment options, and there will need to be thoroughly tested across a broad population of children with an autism spectrum disorder. Continuing with behaviorism in action, there seems to be a significant ethnic and social economical disparities in the availability of healthcare services. As a result, several qualitative research examined how African American parents of children with an autistic spectrum disorder experienced discrimination in the American healthcare system. The study also specifically examines the interpersonal racism directed at Black Americans and their families who seek assessment and support for these autistic children, as well as the institutional racism and or structural racism. Accordingly, this study focuses on concrete suggestions for working with African American parents of children with autism spectrum disorder in an applied behavioral analysis practice. Now, when we get to the benefits of using behaviorism, there are a litany. Just to spout off some, credibility in terms of science is one. Another one is introducing procedures like as a repeatability and an unbiased. Also, significant in growth of psychology as a scientific field is also part of the benefits. Continuing with this, configuring a laboratory environment, and also because psychology relies on measures of observable conduct in laboratories, it incorporates a vocabulary and methods from scientific knowledge. Additionally, acute implementation is also a benefit of using this. Systems using the token economy
It's 4:30.
exhibit operational conditioning like in correctional facilities, psychiatric institutions, and also fears are handled by the application of classical conditioning. Also, the importance of cognitive functions is underscored by the theories of social learning. Responses and stimulations are regulated by the process. The conclusion is behavioral analysis is the general term for the study of behavior. This discipline key pillars includes understanding people's behavior, changes in behavior, and prohibiting specific actions or specific conduct. Behavior analysis is based on the principles and concepts of behaviorism. The behaviorist area of psychology is based on the notion that all behaviors are a result of conditioning processes. The fact that behavior analysis may apply the learning theory insights to improve the lives of people and communities is what fascinates me about this discipline. Also, I believe that this field of employment involves both training and psychotherapy. These therapists, they put a lot of emphasis on adding their patients who come up with the goal for improving their habits, like gaining the ability to communicate more adequately. Being a board certified behavior analysis or an applied behavior analysis may open up the door to a rewarding career focused on improving the lives of others. And that's what it's really about. So think of that as paying it forward. Last but not least, behavior analysis, formerly known as behaviorism, has undergone extensive research and has been widely applied in a variety of sectors, demonstrating its adaptability. As for the biography, my name is Adam Henning. I am currently a graduate student at the University of Arizona Global Campus. My ultimate goal is to graduate with a master's degree in psychology and become a board certified behavioral analyst. So far, my biggest achievements that I am truly proud of is graduating with a bachelor's degree in psychology and becoming a member of the Golden Key International Honor Society. Thank you for taking the time to enjoy my webinar. Here are the references.